Every single year, somebody writes the same headline: America is done. Washed up. Broke. Divided. Yesterday's empire running on fumes. And every single year, they're wrong. Here's what almost nobody says out loud: the United States isn't just still a superpower, it's the only one left. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why, with the receipts to prove it. Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, this channel breaks down the why behind global power, not opinions, not talking points, just the numbers and history that actually explain how the world works. Today we're tackling the big one: is America really still on top? We're going to walk through 5 categories that actually decide global power: money, military, innovation, culture, and alliances, and then we'll hit the elephant in the room: the debt, the division, and China. Stick around, because that last part changes everything. Let's get into it. Let's start with the boring stuff that actually runs the world: money. The US economy is still the largest on Earth, sitting north of $27 trillion, bigger than the next 3 countries combined. But size isn't even the real story. The real story is the dollar. Roughly 90% of all foreign exchange trades on the planet still involve the US dollar. Oil, gold, global trade contracts priced in dollars. That means when the Federal Reserve makes a decision in Washington, it ripples through economies in Jakarta, Lagos, and Sao Paulo before breakfast the next day. No other country, not China, not the EU, has that kind of gravitational pull. You can build factories. You can't build trust in a currency overnight. That trust took 80 years, and nobody's cracked the code to replace it. Now the military, and this is where people's jaws usually drop. The US operates 11 aircraft carriers. The rest of the world, combined, operates about 9. America has troops and bases in roughly 80 countries. It's the only nation on Earth that can move an entire army, air force, and navy to nearly any coastline within 24 hours. That's not just strength, that's logistics dominance, and logistics wins wars, not just weapons. On top of that, the US spends more on defense than the next 9 countries combined, including China and Russia. You can disagree with how that money gets spent. But you can't argue with the math of what it buys: unmatched reach, unmatched speed, unmatched deterrence. Here's the part people underestimate the most. Out of the world's 10 most valuable tech companies, the majority are American: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Amazon. The US still produces more Nobel laureates than any other country by a wide margin. And when it comes to AI, the technology that's about to reshape every industry on Earth, the US and a handful of its companies are setting the pace that the rest of the world is racing to copy. Add in the fact that US universities pull in the best minds from every country on Earth, and you get something no rival has replicated: the world's smartest people, wanting to move here, not somewhere else. This one's sneaky, but it might be the most powerful weapon America has: culture. Hollywood movies, American music, American fast food, American tech platforms, they're not just entertainment, they're influence. A teenager in Nairobi wearing Nike, watching Netflix, scrolling Instagram, that's soft power in action, and it costs America nothing to deploy. No other nation exports its lifestyle, language, and values into more households on the planet. Military power makes people fear you. Soft power makes people want to be like you. America is one of the only countries that's mastered both. And finally, alliances. NATO. The G7. Trade partnerships across nearly every continent. America isn't a superpower standing alone, it's the anchor of a network of dozens of allied nations that coordinate trade, defense, and diplomacy around US leadership. China has trading partners. It doesn't have allies in the way America does: nations willing to show up militarily and economically, no questions asked. That network took generations to build. It's arguably harder to replace than any weapon or export. Now, let's be fair, because a one-sided argument isn't a good argument. The national debt is over $34 trillion, and that's a real long-term risk. Political division at home is real, and it's not going away soon. And China's economy, manufacturing base, and military are closing the gap faster than most people realize. These are legitimate concerns, not conspiracy theories. Serious economists debate them constantly. But here's the distinction that matters: having problems is not the same as losing your position. Every superpower in history has had internal struggles: Rome, Britain, the Soviets. What separates a temporary rough patch from an actual collapse is whether your core advantages are still intact. And right now? America's currency, military reach, innovation engine, and alliance network are still standing, largely untouched. So when someone tells you America's time is over, ask them one question: name the country that could replace it tomorrow, in all 5 categories at once. Not one category. All 5. Nobody can answer that. Not yet. Maybe not for a long time. That's not blind patriotism, that's just what the numbers say. If this video actually changed how you think about America's place in the world, hit subscribe. I break down global power like this every week. Drop a comment: which country do you think could actually challenge the US in the next 20 years? I'll pin the best answer. And if you want the deep dive on China's rise specifically, I've got a video on that linked right here, go watch it next. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.